Okay, welcome back to the final video in the series. So what we're going to do is now take a little bit bigger data set than what we have over here and try and work with it. So let's just create a new file here, and I've pasted the data in. Alright, so at the top here you can see that the first one is the transaction date. It's the year, and then can't quite get that date over there, but that's okay. Alright, then we get the age as well as the distance to the nearest station and the number of convenience stores, and then the geolocations, and then you can see there finally is the price that the house was actually sold for. So what I'm going to do, just to make this better for now, is take that out, and we're going to save it as real estate.txt. Okay, let me just change this over here to all files, and there we go. So you can see we have how many features? It's 1, 2 features, okay, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, and then there's our Y, which is the price. Okay, so we've got 5 features. Great, so let's go to our main now. Let's just see if everything's still going to work. So let's just change this to real estate. I see I put in 3 there somehow. So real estate 3. Okay, and we're just going to step through this step by step. Okay, so step into it. So we have our DS there. So that's looking good. That's our table. If we now go and say our number of features, okay, 6. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 features, yes, and that's the actual price over there. And then let's step. So if we've got, I'm going to do both of these, X and Y, and let's just have a look at them over here to see if they're making sense so far. Okay, so all looking good. Ends off with the geolocations, and then the house prices over here in Y. Okay, so far so good. So the first thing we're going to do is go and normalize all of our X values, and let's see, that ended up in X. Okay, with our max and our mins for each of the features. So let's just now, and we add the 1 column onto it. So let's have a look now at our 1. So there's our 1 with all of our features added onto it. Great, so we've got our repeat, we've got our learning rates, and we've got our thetas. So if we now go and run gradient descent, let's just continue. Whoops, I just had to restart there, and we step. So the first thing we're going to do, let's see, there's our best possible thetas. Okay, so you can see the intercept at the top, and then the slope for each of the thetas, and our costs. So let's go double click over here and have a look at the cost, and you can see we only got down to 38. Only got down to 38. Alright, so let's go now and actually plot the costs and see what comes up. Yeah, so you can see there we didn't get to a very low cost, but that's okay, we don't have very much manicured data. Alright, so now what I've got to do is just go and replace this. I'm just going to hit the stop button over here. So what we're going to do is just go in there, and we're going to take 20. So you can see for row number 20, if I take, we're going to say, hey, go and predict for us. And shall we see how close we get to 47.7, which was the actual result. So if I go in here, our prediction now is going to be prediction equals, alright, let's just put it into an array, and let's go and change each of these just to be a semicolon to make it a vector, a matrix. Okay, so far so good. Let's comment that row out, and shall we see how we go. So we run it and run it again. Let's step through. Okay, we've got our costs, so let's go to PN. Okay, now we're going to normalize PN, and we're going to add the 1. So let's just go and have a look at our PN. There we go, with its normalized values. And let's see how our prediction went. Oh my goodness, look at that, 47.8 8332, which is, there we go, pretty close to what the actual result was over there of the house price. Okay, so hopefully that has been a good introduction and good videos for you, or good video series. And I will post the GitHub repository for the actual source code as well as the data for you to try. Thank you.